Hi, welcome to Dawn Digs In. I'm Dawn. I like to talk about living a happy, healthier lifestyle and things I'm doing that you might find interesting or get some value from. And today we are going to dig into my Hamelin consultation. I was so excited to have my consultation last Friday, and it was everything that I thought it was going to be. After I was able to get on the call, after a little bit of to-do with my new computer, and poor Hamelin is going, hello, Dawn, hello, Dawn, hello, Dawn, like 10 times, and I couldn't get any sound. It was me. We figured it out, and we had a little chuckle over it, and we had a wonderful conversation. Now, he starts off putting you extremely at ease, and you just felt like you were honestly talking to an old friend. How you doing? What's going on? How's the world? How's your life? And really making you feel really comfortable. And he asks you, what brought you to him? Why are you calling him about a consultation? What did you like about his workout? When did you start doing it? And just what was your interest in what his offerings are? And this was a really good one for me, and we really had a good talk about it because I have done all of his workouts for 40 years. Like seriously, before he was even doing these workouts. These were exercises that I was doing. This is what we did back in the 70s, back in the 80s. Basic workouts that get the job done with no bells and whistles. And we had a really good talk about that. Everybody seems to want to reinvent the wheel. People get so bored so quickly with things, and it's ridiculous. Because it is a workout. You need to just get it done. Sure, you want it to be interesting. You want to have as much fun doing it as you can. But the bottom line is, it is a workout. You're doing it for your health. You're doing it for you. And you just need to get through it. So everybody that keeps coming up with all these new methods and new things aren't always better. They're just trying to reinvent the wheel. And we don't need to do that because it's already been done. And we know what works. So this is what brought me back to him, was the basics of what he does. And going back to the absolute basics in your workout, not doing some crazy things that may injure you, but going back to the basics of a simple workout, okay? This is basics. You don't need to get all nutso on it, just a basic workout. So we chatted a little bit about what workouts I have done and what workouts I am currently doing. So we went all the way back to the 80s. He threw me right off and asked me, so what were you doing in the 80s? And I was like, oh my God. I said, well, I had babies and then I was doing Kalinetics. And he was like, oh, Kalinetics. Kaylin Pinkney was a prima ballerina in her day. And she had a great workout. And it was all deep muscle work. And it was a ballet workout. And it was excellent. And I did that for a long time. I also did The Firm, and I did Jane Fonda, and I did Richard Simmons, and you name it, I probably did it. Then as the years went on, I did Billy Blanks, I did Insanity, and I did P90X, and it just goes on. And then we talked about Tracy Anderson. He was very aware of the workout, and we talked a little bit about that, and he asked what workout I had done over my 45 years of working out had given me the best results. And my answer was Tracy Anderson. Tracy gave me the best results that I have ever had of everything that I have done. So what brought me to him? And I had to say I had a few small injuries. Now, these were not major things, okay? So we went into injuries. He needs to know, what injuries do you have? What bothers you? What gets tweaked easily? Well, I do have an ongoing shoulder thing that is doing fine right now. I also have some ongoing back issues, which I know how to modify for, and I know when to back off and when not to. So that is very important, to be able to listen to your body and understand how to modify things so it doesn't hurt you. So we talked a little bit about injuries that you had and what you were prone to. We also talked about what I liked. Now, I had been doing Hamelin since October. So as I've told many of you before, I log all of my workouts. So I have a book that I log every workout that I ever do. And I have tons and tons of these books because over the years I've done a lot of different workouts. And it was really important for him to be able to know, what did I do? What did I like? So I went through everything I had done. I had done webisodes, I've done the HDM4s, I had done some Melt, I had done the Blissmatic series, and what I liked and what I didn't like, because he needs to know what you like, what you're working with. So if you are currently doing his workouts, you need to be able to tell him, I did the 3-week rotation. This is how it worked for me. Log that 3-week rotation. Keep track. How did you feel each day? Was it hard for you? Were you able to get through all the reps? Were you struggling on certain ones? Did you need more direction or less direction? It's really important that we give him all of this information so that he can put together a really good program for you. So he was very impressed that I had done so many workouts. So I was glad, because that was part of my preparation. And as I've told you in previous videos, that I thought it was really important that I didn't rush into getting this consultation. I wanted to make sure that he could give me the best word that he could, and the only way he could do that was having enough information for what I had done and what I had liked. So I explained to him how I had done the 3-week rotation, then I had done the 30 days, and then I did the 40-day deep toning only, and he's laughing through all of this. And I had told him that, I'd had the surgery, so I really wasn't into jumping up and down and a lot of cardio, so I'd gotten into a walking workout. It was a walking fit workout, and I gotta explain it to you because it's kind of strange. It's an animated person. Now, I call her Animated Judy because she has perfect form and she never gets tired. And it's not just a walking workout. You're walking, but your arms are up, your arms are out. You're doing your different things. You're doing lunges, you're doing step backs, you're doing crab walks, you're doing grapevines. So you're not just standing and walking. You are actually having a good cardio workout while you were doing this. First mistake I made. I did not clarify that with him. So when we went through the workouts, I told him that I was doing this walking workout right now, and I'm doing 10,000 steps a day, and I'm also doing the Thymatics detox. So he's keeping track of all this as you're talking about it, of course. I really didn't think about it until we got near the end. So I told him what I was doing, what I was working towards, why I had stopped doing the cardio so much because I was having some issues. And so he was like, okay, so you like this, you like this, you like this, but you really need to have more cardio. And it wasn't really clicking with me at the moment until after the fact. I did not tell him that this cardio was lunges and walking and arms, and I add the weights when I do the arms. So I'm doing a lot more cardio than just walking. So I did pop off an email to him just to let him know that, hey, sorry, I might have given you some misinformation. It's really important that you give him all of the information. And, I know you get excited and you get talking and you kind of forget things. Even though I had everything written down, I had my entire list of what I wanted to talk to him about, my goals and my injuries, and everything was all written down. So it was all at my fingertips. But I just tended to miss a thing, and it was okay. But he does ask you, like I said, talking about your current workouts and how often do you work out? And I said 6 to 7 days a week. I was expecting him to tell me to back off, that I'm doing too much. And he was like, oh, no, continue. I was hoping, because I'm hearing people talk, right? They're talking about their consultation. They're going, oh, he gave me 2 rest days and that's too much. And I'm like, gee, I'm kind of hoping he says have a couple rest days because I don't really take them. But he was like, no, continue your 6 to 7 days a week, minimum 6. If I feel I need to do something on my 7th, go ahead. So that was kind of cool that he was like, okay, you've worked out your whole life. Your body is used to having movement, so just keep moving. That was great. Really enjoyed our little chat on what I'm doing and what I should be doing. I think that was really an awesome part of the consultation, was the fact that he was extremely gracious and asked a lot of questions, which, of course, as the personal trainer, you need to ask a lot of questions. Then he went into diet. We talked a little bit about diet, and I explained that, I'm a faster. I intermittent fast. I can jump into keto really easily. I like to eat low carb. I'm not really a snacker. These were really important things. We didn't spend too much time on diet. The only thing that he emphasized with me, and I knew it was an issue, was I'm not getting enough protein. He wants me to have at least 70 to 75 grams of protein, and I'm not too sure where I'm going to get that from. So if you have any little protein hints, let me know. They got to be low carb, but I do not like cottage cheese, yogurt, or any of that stuff. So if you've got something else besides meat and cheese that you use, please let me know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying our content so far, please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps push us out in the algorithm, gets more people joining our community, and it's all about community. We're about women helping women and talking about what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And it's really important that we have a place to talk together. So after diet, we went into a little more about self-care. What do I do for self-care? Now, I know my self-care is way different than what most people are doing. Being retired, I'm not getting up and having to go to work, and I'm not raising children, and I'm not doing any of these things. So my husband and I have mornings. That's our own individual time. We get up, we do our workouts, we do whatever we need to do, and then we kind of meet up in the early afternoon. So I have several hours to myself every day where I do my workouts, I get my Zen on, and I just get that mind-body connection, which is really, really important to me. And I'm lucky enough that I'm at a point where I am able to do this. So I certainly understand those that can't. But if you are older and you're in that age of getting to retirement, and you're wanting to figure out, how do I get this all in my life? This is how you get it. You need to take time for you. I have 5 grandchildren, I have children, I have things that go on too, but you know what? I come first. And it's really important that you take time for you, because if you don't take time for you, nobody else is going to. So take that time for you. Find yourself what works. Find a little routine that you can do. So we talked about time. How much time do I have to devote? And I was like, well, I'm okay with the 60-minute workout because I do other things. So I get up and I do right now I'm doing my thymatics detox, so that's an hour, and then I'll do another hour of my walking cardio workout. So like sometimes I can work out for 2+ hours. So I really didn't want another 90-minute workout on top of that. So I said I really do prefer the shorter workouts because I mix other things in, but I am okay with one once in a while. So I'm sure he's going to pop a couple in there on me that I'm not going to know about. But we talked about a lot of his older workouts and what works, what doesn't work for people. And he's going to dig deep into the vault to find different things that he thinks are going to work for me. He asked me what my goals are. My goals were very simple. I did not go in there going, I need to lose 20 pounds and I want to tighten this and I need to lift that and I need to do this. I didn't do that. I said, I want a workout that is going to work for my body at the age it is at now, moving forward. So I want something that I can do for a long time, that is going to keep me strong, keep me balanced, and keep me in good shape. Like this was my goal. And sure, if you can lose 5 pounds, that's great. If you could add some lean muscle mass, I'm all over it. And if you can pop that butt up a little bit, no problem. But as a whole, it was, I want a general workout that is going to carry me through for a couple years. We even talked about that. We talked about continuing working out, and he told me in 20 years to call him for another consultation. So it's something that was just a really good connection that we really had on life and how working out is so important during your life. So we've talked about what brought me to him, what injuries I had, what workouts I was currently doing, and what my regimen was, how often. We talked about diet and exercise. We talked about dry brushing. I mentioned to him how I found that when I did Tracy, I had very crepey skin. And I didn't like that. But I've noticed that that has gotten better. And since I have been dry brushing. So he was like, oh, dry brushing. So we had a whole conversation about that. And he's going to include some things for skin in my workout. So I was excited to hear about that he has something for that. And I can't wait to see what it is. But we talked about doing lymphatic drain, because I told him that I've been doing a lot of lymphatic drain and that I do the dry brushing every day. And these are all good for your skincare. So that was really important. And I'm just happy to know that I am doing so many things right. There's nothing worse than talking to somebody and going, oh, everything you're doing is wrong. I actually was doing a lot of things right. Now, as far as the workout that he's going to put together for me, it will be an 8-week rotation. We will do one workout for 2 weeks, and then the next one for 2 weeks, the next one for 2 weeks, and the next one for 2 weeks. So there'll be 4 sets, and you do each one for 2 weeks. And then you can start over again. You can play with it. You can tweak it. You can add. You can remove. It is a guideline. So that's a really important thing to also remember. Any personal trainer giving you a workout, it is a guideline. You need to find what you like. And as I talked about, telling him what workouts that you liked and what workouts you didn't like is so important. So let him know what you liked and what you didn't like. You don't like the high impact cardio? Tell him, I don't like that. And he won't include that in he'll include something else that he thinks that you may like. You then can tweak this workout. Do it as prescribed for your 8 weeks. Doesn't matter, just do it as prescribed. Keep track. Start yourself a workout diary. Get a book from the dollar store. Start yourself a workout diary. Keep track of every single day. Write them down. What the workout is, how you felt. Some days are harder than others. When I've been doing the thymatics detox, I'm finding that, okay, today was a struggle day. The next day flew through it. It's important how you're feeling, how it's going, what you're doing. It's just really important to keep track of this, because this is really good information that you need to pass on. He needs to know how you react. Does your body inflame easily? Do you find yourself struggling? Important factors to know. Do you get through all your repetitions? And he did ask me that question, because how are you with the repetitions? And I'm like, fine. Thymatics, the first day I struggled with the first 2 exercises. I struggled getting to the 50 reps. I did the 50 reps, but I had to take a couple breaks. By the 3rd day, I had no problem doing the 50 reps in each leg with no problem. So he was, again, good job. I'm kicking myself, because at the end of the talk, I should have said, can you please clap for me? And I didn't. But I wish he had just clapped. It is great to talk to somebody that is so into looking after their body and looking after that mind-body connection and understanding when it's important to somebody else. And we really kind of connected on that level of, yeah, this is what I've done and I plan on doing this for another 20 or 30 years. So give me something that's going to take me through those later years. And he was so excited to be able to do that for me. So I'm really looking forward to getting this workout. He said it would take 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, I'm going to get it and I'm going to start it. And you are definitely going to get a rundown after I have done the 8 weeks to know, how did that go for me? And how did I like it? And what little tweaks am I going to put in? What results did I have? And again, this is not for me about these major results. Like as always, when he asked what my goals were, as I said, it was just moving forward, being healthy in my later years. But at the same time, you'd like a little more lean muscle mass and you'd like to lift that butt up a little bit. And there's always 5 pounds. And those are the results that I expect to get. I'm not expecting to totally transform my body. I am expecting to be happy and healthy for many, many years to come. And this is the workout that I wanted to move me forward in this. I don't want to be jumping around all over the place looking for different things. I wanted to kind of have some place to come home to. That would be a staple in my workout. That would be something that would just keep me going and be challenging to me in many ways. So this is what I was hoping for. And I think that it was an awesome consultation. I really felt connected to him and his knowledge was excellent. And as I said, we got along very well and it was a really good talk and I am looking forward to it. And he does want to hear how it goes for me. So I'm looking forward to talking to him again and telling him how the workout is going. And he's going to be coming out with new content in June. So that's going to be exciting, as well as the June sale. I didn't get a date on that, but the June sale is coming up. And we did talk about maybe some offerings at that I might be interested in. So until I talk to you next week, I hope you have some amazing workouts. You are awesome.